I need to tell you about the God I used to believe in. The one who watched from a distance. The one who had a specific plan for my life somewhere out there. And it was my job to find it out. It was like a cosmic Easter egg hunt where getting it wrong meant disappointment and failure and missing my destiny. That God exhausted me. And I don't believe in that God anymore. Welcome to Guided. I'm Brenda Bertrand, and today I'm going to tell you everything I no longer believe about God's will. Because some of you, are still carrying a theology that's making you small. And that's hurting your heart. And it's time to set it down. So let me name what I used to believe, because maybe you still believe it. And I want you to hear, friend, you don't have to anymore. I used to believe God's will was outside of me, waiting to be discovered. Like there was one specific path, one specific job, one specific person, one specific city. And if I could just pray hard enough and be spiritual enough and listen well enough, I'd find it. And if I missed it, well, I'd be out of God's will, living a second-rate life, plan B instead of plan A. That theology made me terrified to make decisions. Because what if I got it wrong? What if I chose door number 2 and God wanted me to choose door number 1? It turned my life into a spiritual guessing game. And it turned God into a distant puzzle maker who's watching to see if I could figure it all out. I don't believe that anymore. I used to believe that if I wanted something, like if I really, really had a desire, God must be against it. That my desires were suspect. That dying to self meant killing every want, every dream, every longing that felt too good, too fun, too much like what I actually wanted. Because good Christians sacrifice. Good Christians serve. Good Christians don't ask for what they want. They ask for what God wills only. As if those two things were different. That theology made me suspicious of joy, suspicious of pleasure, suspicious of the very desires God wove into my DNA. And it made me think that if something felt good, it probably wasn't God. I don't believe that anymore. I used to believe there was only one person for me, one job, one soulmate, the one God had picked out before I was born. And if I missed them, the person, the job, the opportunity, if they chose someone else, if I married the wrong person, I'd be stuck in a marriage outside God's will forever. Friend, do you know how much pressure that puts on a relationship or a job application? Do you know how fragile that makes God? What if that person chose against you? Or what if they died? Or what if you got divorced? Does that mean you're permanently out of alignment? There's one person, one job, one right thing. I don't believe that anymore. I used to believe God was testing me, that God was watching me struggle, watching me try to figure out, like some kind of divine examiner waiting to see if I'd pass some cosmic test. If I made the wrong choice or failed the test, well, then the test will just come back around so that I can try again. And that theology actually, it made me feel alone and lonely. Like God was distant, observing, grading my performance instead of walking with me. That God, that belief, I don't believe those things anymore. I used to believe you could just fall out of God's will, just like falling out of bed. One wrong turn, one bad decision, and suddenly you're off the path, out of alignment, stuck. And now you have to spend the rest of your life trying to get back to where you were supposed to be. And that theology kept me paralyzed. That belief kept me stunted and stuck, because if one wrong move could derail everything, how could I ever risk anything? I don't believe that anymore. The God I believe in now, let me tell you what I believe and about God's will and about how this whole thing actually works in my life and in the lives of so many I've accompanied over the years. I don't believe God is fragile. God is not sitting in heaven wringing divine hands, hoping you figure out the secret plan before you mess everything up. God is not a puzzle to be solved. God is a companion on the way. God is a co-creative, collaborative, correlative God. God is with you, not over you, not distant, not testing, collaborating. God wants to co-create with me, with you. Not hand you a blueprint and say, build this exactly. I wonder if God's saying, let's build something together. What do you want to create? What makes you come alive? And friend, this changes everything, because it means your desires matter, your ideas matter, your specific particular way of being in the world. That matters, that the Creator God created you in a very particular way and wants to continue creating with you. That you're not trying to find God's will outside of you, you're discovering God's will with God, inside you, as you. I know this is going to sound very controversial, but I believe that many of our desires are holy. Not all of them all the time, of course. We're human, we're messy. Sometimes our desires are distorted by wounding or fear. But the deep ones, the ones that are rooted in goodness, the ones that won't leave you alone, the dreams you've been calling impractical or too selfish or too much, those are hints, friends. Those are clues. Those are invitations. As Thomas Merton says, your desire to please God pleases God. Not your perfect performance, not your flawless discernment, but your desire. What if your desire to do that thing, be that person, make that difference in the world, what if that desire actually pleases God? And what if we stop being suspicious of what we want and start paying attention to it? Because your desire is one of the primary ways God speaks. I believe that we're usually discerning between two goods. Not good versus bad. Not God's will versus your will or the enemy's will, but two good paths. That's what we're usually discerning. Two valid options, two ways forward that could both work. And here's the wild part. God will meet you wherever you choose. You pick door one? Guess who's behind door one? God's there. You pick door two? Whoa, God's there too. But the point isn't finding one right path. The point is choosing with God and living faithfully with whatever choice you co-create together. And for me, this has taken so much pressure off, because it means we can't really get this wrong. You can choose, and you can trust that God is with you as you choose. I want to say this because I think this is really important. With all the people I accompany, they often ask me about, I need to know my calling. But the truth is, I believe people can live many callings over their lives, not just one calling, not just one assignment for your entire existence, many callings. You're not trying to find the one calling. You're trying to discern, what's my calling right now? What's calling me in this season, at this stage of my life? Because what was yours 10 years ago might not be yours right now. And that's not failure, that's growth, that's evolution, that's being human. God doesn't hand you an assignment at birth and say, go do this forever. God invites you, invites me, invites us into seasons, into chapters, into callings that shift as we shift, callings that evolve as we evolve. So if you're in a different place than you were 5 years ago, good. You're supposed to be. You know, I believe now that we need to try things, not just pray about them, not just wait for perfect clarity, to actually try them. Like, take the class, apply for the job, have the conversation, move to the city, start the project, girl, go on the date, because we learn by doing. We discern by moving. Clarity comes through action. We discover God's voice by taking steps, not always by sitting still and waiting for a burning bush. And if it doesn't work out, bad date, the job is not what you thought, you haven't failed, you've learned. And God is still with you, always, Emmanuel with us, still guiding, still inviting you toward the next thing. I believe, friend, God is for you, not against you, not testing you, not distant, not waiting to see if you'll finally get it right, for you, with you, conspiring on your behalf. So the God I believe in now is not a Santa Claus in the sky, checking lists, grading behavior. And God is not a temperamental tyrant who's offended if you get things wrong. God I believe in now is my beloved companion, a co-creator, a present that walks with us, goes ahead and behind us, is with us. And friend, honestly, who would want to serve that other God, the fragile one, the distant one, the one who's mad if you enjoy life too much? Not me, not anymore. So what this means for our lives, what this means is that you actually get to stop treating every decision like it's a death sentence. Because it's probably not. Most decisions are not the will of God versus out of the will of God. Most decisions are just decisions. And you can make them without agonizing, without waiting for a sign from heaven, without needing 17 confirmations. We can choose with God based on what you know, based on what you want, based on what makes sense in your life, based on what feels life-giving, based on how your peace is giving you information, and trust that God is with you in that choice. So number one, friend, please stop treating every decision like it's life or death. And two, pay attention to your desires. Stop treating them like the enemy. Start treating them like information. What keeps calling to you? What won't leave you alone? What have you been dreaming about for years but dismissing as impractical, or that you're not good enough, or what will they think? Those persistent desires, those are often hints of God's many callings on your life. Plural callings. Not one, but many. Please stop ignoring them. Please start listening to them. Please start taking them seriously. Please, please, friend, pay attention to your desires. third, I'd also encourage you to try things. I know you're scared of making mistakes. I am the first person who would want to not make mistakes in life. That's not human and it's not possible. And I know we all want certainty before we move. Is this going to work? I need to know this is going to work. But here's the truth. We can't discern from the sidelines. We have to, at some point, in our praying, in our pondering, in our reflection, we have to get in the game. So this year, this season, take a step toward the thing you've been secretly dreaming about. Not a giant leap, just a step. Put in the application, ask the question, try, move towards that conversation. And if it doesn't work out the way you hoped, you haven't fallen out of God's will. You've just gathered information. And you take that information to God in prayer, and you take the next step from there. Try something. Let this be the moment, the season, the year that you try something. I love to tell people, and this is the fourth idea that I have, is that peace is an incredible gauge. It's not always a guarantee, but it's an incredible gauge as we discern. When you think about a path, what happens in your body? Does your chest open or close? Does your breathing deepen or shallow? When you imagine yourself doing that thing, meeting that person, making that decision, what do you feel? Do you feel peace? An expansion or a contraction? Do you feel life or death? That's data. And I believe God speaks through our embodied knowing. And some people just say, I had a peace about it. Pay attention to that. But also remember, peace doesn't mean no fear, right? Peace means even with the fear, there's a rightness underneath it. I'm going to say that again. Even with the fear, there's a rightness underneath. That's that peace that passes all understanding. So I encourage you to notice where your peace rises and where it falls. Because God may be speaking to you through that. And fifth, please stop navel gazing. I am the worst at this. I can sit in silence for hours. I can take the longest of walks. But the truth is, some of us have been discerning the same thing for years and decades, and we're not discerning anymore. We're stuck now. What started out as discernment is now literally stuckness. And there's a difference between faithfully waiting on God and fearfully avoiding. I'm going to say that again because I'm preaching better than you're amening. There's a difference between faithful waiting and fearful avoidance. And if you've been circling around the same questions for years, asking the same people for their advice, waiting for more clarity, waiting for signs, maybe the answer is you already know. You already know. And you're just scared to move. And so now you're stuck. So let this be, and I know this because I've been there. I do this, right? So let this be the year, the season that we stop the endless discernment and start making decisions, even scared, even imperfect, even uncertain, because God doesn't need you to be perfect. God wants to be with you as you are, as faithful as you can be to what you know and sense. And sometimes faithfulness looks like taking the step even when you're shaking. So come a little closer, friend. I know this is a lot. Here's what breaks my heart. Christians should be the most liberated, innovative, free people on the planet. We believe in a God who is for us, who loves us unconditionally, who invites us into co-creation, who says, I'm with you no matter what. But instead, many of us are stuck. We're stuck in perfectionism. We're stuck in fear. We're stuck in small wish. We're stuck in bad theology. And we're so afraid of getting it wrong that we don't do anything. We're so afraid of disappointing this really angry God that we can't hear what God is actually saying. I don't think that's God's fault, and I don't think it's our fault either. I think it's bad theology that we've been handed a fragile, temperamental God who's perpetually disappointed in us, and that God makes us small and anxious and paralyzed. But what if that's not who God is? What if God is greater than our mistakes? And what if God can work with our messy, imperfect, fumbling in the dark attempts at being faithful to what we know? What if God isn't creating you, but guiding you? And if that's true, and I believe it is, then we're free. Free to try, free to fail, free to learn, free to pivot, free to change your mind, free to want what you want, free to live. That's the God I believe in now. And that God makes me braver. That God makes me more alive, more willing to take risks, not because I have it all figured out, but because I trust that I'm held and accompanied regardless. So here's my invitation to you. Let this be the year you stop fearing mistakes and start taking steps with God. Let this be the year you trade the fragile God for the companion God, the God who's not testing you but walking with you, the God who's not distant but present, the God who's not offended by your humanity but delighted by it. Let this be the year you stop treating discernment like a guessing game and start treating it like a conversation. A real, honest, ongoing conversation with a God who actually wants to hear what you dream about, what makes you come alive, what you want. Let this be the year you take a step toward the life you're secretly dreaming of, the very life God may be inviting you to co-create. Not because you have perfect clarity, not because you're certain, not because you've prayed about it for 17 months, but because you're ready, and because the desire won't leave you alone, and because you're tired of living small. And here's what I can promise you. God will meet you there. Not with disappointment, not with I can't believe you finally moved without making sure and waiting for more signs, but God will meet you with presence, with guidance, with I've been waiting for you to trust yourself. Let's do this together. Because God is not fragile, God is with you, God is for you, and God is conspiring on your behalf. So I used to believe in a God who watched from a distance as I tried to figure things out, and now I know I have a companion on the way, a co-creator in the sandbox of life. And that shift from the fragile God to the companion God, wow, it's changed everything. It's changed everything. And I want that for you too. I want you to stop living under the weight of a theology that keeps you small. I want you to know that God is not a puzzle to be solved, but a presence to walk with. And I want you to stop fearing the wrong choice and start making choices. Bold ones, faithful ones, imperfect ones, small ones, because you can't fall out of God's will like you'll fall out of bed. And you can't lose God's favor by choosing the quote-unquote wrong path. God is with you in every choice, every season, every calling, every pivot. So move, try, risk, dream, want, choose, and trust that the God who made you, who knows you, who loves you so much, is guiding you, not from a distance, but from right here. Before we close, let's breathe together. I'm here with you in the letting go, in the choosing, in the becoming free. And here's my blessing. May you trade the fragile God for the companion God. May you discover that your desires are holy, your choices matter, and your mistakes don't disqualify you. May you live as the liberated, free, fully alive person God is inviting you to be. You are guided. You are held. You are whole. Thank you for listening to Guided. If you want to practice making decisions from freedom instead of fear, go to my website, brendabertrand.com, and join me in the next opportunity and experience where we get to get clear, get unstuck, and get going together with God. Take care.